Friends, in this lecture let us discuss the Johnson's rule for 3 machines, n jobs. So in this system there will be the 3 facilities, that is 3 machines, 3 different machines, and we have to sequence the n jobs. So let there be the 3 machines M1, M2 and M3, and the order of processing on these machines is first on M1, then on M2 and at last M3. So this is the sequence of machines and this is the constant, but we are interested here to sequence these n jobs. But here the important condition that is to be satisfied is the maximum processing time, that is largest processing time on any job of machine M2 must be less than or equal to the minimum, that is smallest processing time on either M1 or M2. This smallest processing time from either M1 or M3 must be greater than the maximum processing time of any job on machine M2. If this condition is not satisfied, then the Johnson's algorithm fails. If this condition is not satisfied, Johnson's algorithm fails, and if this condition is satisfied, either of M1 or M3 is greater than or equal to maximum processing time of job M2, then always Johnson's rule is valid. So keep in mind. I hope that you know the Johnson's algorithm for sequencing of n jobs on 2 machines. So therefore here we have to convert first 3 machine problem into a 2 machine problem. Now how to convert this 3 machine problem into a 2 machine problem? So let us assume here the 2 machines as machine A and machine B. So let us convert this 3 machine problem into a 2 machine problem as processing times on machine A for all the jobs can be calculated as the addition of processing times of all jobs, corresponding jobs on machine M1 plus processing time of a job on machine M2. So we will add the processing times for each jobs on machine M1 and M2 to get the processing times on machine A. Similarly, to get the processing time of each job on machine B, we will add the processing time of each job on M2 and M3. So provided that this condition is satisfied, and once we find the processing times on machine A and B, then we have to find the optimal sequence for this problem as 2 machine and n jobs problem. So I hope you understand or you remember the Johnson's algorithm for 2 machines n jobs sequencing. Let us go through again the procedure for 2 machines n job problem. So this is the Johnson's algorithm or rules or procedure for 2 machines n jobs. Here this method is used to minimize the idle time of the machine as well as to minimize the total elapsed times to processing of all the jobs. In the step 1, we calculate the shortest processing time, that is minimum processing time among all the processing times of all the jobs. And if there is a tie, we can choose any job arbitrarily randomly for sequencing it. In the step 2, we have to find where this shortest processing time lies, either on machine M1 or machine M2. If this minimum processing time lies on machine M1, then schedule that job as early as possible, that is at the first in the sequence. And if that shortest processing time, that is minimum processing time, lies on the machine M2, then schedule or sequence that job as late as possible, that is at the last in the sequence. And once we schedule it, then we have to eliminate that job from further considerations. And then we have to repeat the steps 1 and 2 until all the jobs have been scheduled. So let us move to the problem for making the sequence of n jobs on 3 machines. So let us find the optimum sequence required to complete the jobs on 3 machines, machines A, B and C in the order A, B, C. That means this order is fixed. First job will be processed on machine A, then on B and at last on C. So in this table, the processing times for each job on each of the machines is given. So let us find out the solution for making the optimum sequence here. Now as per our conditions, let us check the minimum processing time on A. The minimum processing time on machine A is here 6. So minimum processing time on machine A is 6. Now maximum processing time on machine B is 7. If you observe here, maximum processing time on machine B is 7 and minimum processing time on machine C is 10. Now if we check our conditions here, the maximum processing time on machine B must be less than or equal to the minimum processing times on either A or B. But here condition is satisfied. 7 is less than 10 here. So one of the conditions is satisfied. Therefore, we can convert the 3 machine problem into a 2 machine problem here. Okay. Now I explain here how the 3 machine problem is converted into 2 machine problem. Here I have taken the 2 machines M1 and M2. M1 is the combination of processing times of machine A and B, while the machine 2 is the processing times of combinations of machines B and C. If you observe here, for job first on machine M1, the processing time is addition of processing times on A and B, that is 8 plus 7 we get 15. Similarly for second job, 6 plus 4 10, that is similarly processing times on the machine M1 for all the jobs are calculated by adding the processing times of machine A and B. Similarly, processing times on machine M2 are calculated by adding the processing times of machine B and C, that is 7 plus 13 20, 4 plus 12 16, 6 plus 11 17. For all the jobs, processing times are carried out. So here, friends, now let us make the optimum sequence here. Now if you look here, in the 2 machines, processing times of 2 machines, the minimum processing time is 10. So it lies on the machine M1 and it is for the job number 2. So as it lies on the machine 1, so therefore it should be sequenced first. So I write here 2 and I sequence this job first, and I will eliminate now the processing times of job number 2 by drawing a line here. So by drawing a line, I eliminate this from further considerations. Okay. Now if we look in the remaining processing times, the next smallest processing time is 11 for job number 6 and it lies on the machine M1. Therefore, it must be sequenced first in the sequence. So job number 6 in the sequence must be processed first, and I will eliminate these times from the further considerations by drawing a line. By drawing a line, I eliminated these times now. If you look in the remaining processing times, next smallest processing time is 12 for job number 4 and it lies on the machine M1. As it lies on the machine M1, therefore it must be sequenced first in the remaining sequence. So job number 4, I write here sequence, and I will eliminate the processing times of that job from further considerations. Okay, now look here. Again, out of remaining jobs, next smallest processing time is 14, right? So therefore let us make the sequence for job number 5 as it lies on the machine M1, therefore it must be put first in the sequence. So I write here job number 5, okay, and I will eliminate the processing times from further calculations. Okay, now if you look again in the remaining processing times, the smallest processing time is 15 for the job first, and as it lies on the machine M1, it must be sequenced first in the remaining sequence cells. So eliminate the processing times from further considerations by drawing a line. Now there is only one job remaining for the sequence and there is only one cell remaining. So therefore let us sequence the job number 3 first in the sequence or last as per these blocks. So therefore let us eliminate again these times from further calculations. So this is the optimum sequence as per Johnson's algorithm for 3 machines n jobs. So for this optimal sequence we use Johnson's algorithm for 2 machines n jobs. Okay, I hope you understood this solution.